Welcome to day 18 of 25 days of planner tips. In this video, we're going to talk about switching from your beloved Erin Condren LifePlanner and why it might not be so hard to make the switch. Hi, I'm Kristen and I post functional planning videos on my channel. If you're like me and you need a gentle reminder to just keep it simple, please make sure you're subscribed and I'll be right back. So this video is part of the 25 Days of Planner Tips series hosted by Tamara from the Paper and Pen Girl. Thank you so much for inviting me back, Tamara. I am just honored. I am so honored. And a big thank you to Kat from Plain and Calm for yesterday's video. You can find a link to Kat's channel and tomorrow's video from Amber Plans Her Day in the description. So the theme of 25 Days of Planner Tips this year is switching from one planner system to another. And it's so fitting for me because for 2025, I'm switching from my beloved Erin Condren LifePlanner coiled, beautiful paper planner to discs. And I am learning right along with you because I have never been in discs. I've always been in a coiled planner. So because I am trying this out, I have kind of figured out some things, some tips here that I want to share with you to help you make your planner system switch a little easier. Okay, so first, why am I switching from coil to discs? So I love Erin Condren. If you've ever watched my channel, you know all of my videos for the past like 3 years or longer, however long I've been doing this, they've been in my Erin Condren planner. I love Erin Condren. I will not stop loving Erin Condren. It's the paper for me. It's the paper. It's just so good. And I love a juicy pen and their paper just soaks up that juicy gel and it looks so good and it writes so nice for me. The problem is that I really like a Monday start monthly calendar and I rely on my monthly. Like my monthly calendar is the heart and soul of all of my planning and I need it to be functional for me. I have been getting around that the past few years by redating the entire planner from the get-go. But with a disc system like the one that I have here from Plum Paper, I'm able to customize those pages a little more. And so that's one of the main reasons. The other reason is that I like to take apart my planner and put in the pages that I need and take out the pages that I don't need and just make it a lot more functional. I've had trouble with uncoiling in the past. It's not hard, but there are drawbacks to it that I wanted to see if it was worth it to switch to a different system to avoid those drawbacks. The other thing is that there's plenty of pros for using a disc-bound system. You know, everything's interchangeable. I can add more space by getting larger discs, or if I wanted to make my planner smaller, more compact, I could switch to smaller discs and take out all of the stuff that I don't need. I can easily take pages out and move them around. I'm a left-handed girly and this bugs me. Like having the coil in the way does make a difference in how neat my plans look and it just gets in the way. I'm sure right-handed people have to deal with that too, but coming from this direction and writing from left to right with a left hand and then the way that left-handed people tend to need to hold their pen, the grip we have to use, it just kind of gets in the way. And so for me being left-handed, not having a coil in the way would just be a dream. And I'm not a rings girl. I've tried the ring system. It doesn't work for me for various reasons. I don't really want to go into that because that would make this video way too long, but the rings don't work for me even though I could take those pages out. But with a disc system, I can take the pages out. It also removes the pressure that I put on myself at planner setup season to get my notes pages figured out just right before I start writing on them because, you know, when they're stuck in the coil, you can't just, you know, add something in that you forgot about. Or what if I want to have all of my books, my list of books that I'm reading together, and I don't leave enough pages for all of the books that I read in that year, or any of the multitude of things you can be tracking on your notes pages. With a disc system, I can just add a piece of paper in wherever I need it. I can also combine my planners. I like to have everything together. I don't really like to have a bunch of different planners, and with a disc system, that makes it a lot easier because I could just put the sections that I'm working with in that season of life Maybe I'm focusing heavy on house projects 1 month or 1 season. I could have that in my everyday planner and not have to worry about finding that notebook that I was keeping track of those projects in. Okay, the cons of using a disc system is that I have already heavily invested in using the coil bound system from Erin Condren. I have like drawers and drawers and drawers full of all of the snap-in accessories, bookmarks, sticky notes, the covers. My goodness, the covers. That is going to be something that I'm going to have a hard time with. The good news is I can make my own covers with the disc bound system, and using like a laminator and a punch, I could easily just kind of get my fix of having different covers. It's really just that sunk cost that I've already spent the money on a lot of coil bound things. The other good news about that though is that I can still use those things with notebooks and such that aren't necessarily planners. I always have a notebook going no matter what planner I'm using, and so I can still use those things. So it's not that big of a deal, but it is a little bit sad that I'm not going to be able to be using some of my favorite covers on my planner once I move to this disc system. Real quick, let's just kind of go over what kind of supplies you need to switch into a disc system. Of course, you're going to need the disc system. You can do this in a lot of ways. There's plenty of disc bound planner companies. You're probably familiar with the Happy Planner. I also have this one from Plum Paper, which you can have Plum Paper punch it for discs for you if you already have discs, or you could purchase the discs that they sell. There's plenty of ways to start off with like a starter kit, like disc bound starter kit, right? But you can also get all of these things separate. So like I mentioned, the discs here, these are from Plum Paper. They are metal discs, but you can also get discs from the Happy Planner. There's many different sizes. I've heard of Levenger. I haven't tried them yet. These discs here, these are clear discs that come from Planner Kate. They're clear plastic and they're super cute. You will also need a disc punch. Now, again, I'm new at this, so if you're a disc bound veteran, let me know what kind of punch to get. I have the Happy Planner Big Punch and I like it so far. But this one, it even says on here, maximum 3 sheets at a time. Since I'm starting with a disc bound system that I purchased, I don't need to punch a ton of sheets. I only need to punch a few at a time, so I think that's gonna work for me for now. But in the future, I might want to make my own. I'm pretty crafty. I like designing things, and I make printables. So I have a bunch of free printables on my blog. If you go to KRISTANKREMER.com/free, I have some printables there, and I will probably, now that I'm going to be in the disc system, probably be adding more free printables to that freebies page. And so maybe in the future I will design my own planner. I don't know, that's not a promise, but I'm just saying it's a possibility. And if that was to happen, I want to know what punch to get so that I can punch a bunch all at the same time. Other supplies you will need, I had mentioned covers with the Erin Condren system, but we also can get covers, like I said, from Plum Paper. So Plum Paper will punch your covers for you. And this is a Happy Planner cover, so there's plenty of places to get covers. There's also on Etsy, a lot of people will make and sell covers there too. So there's plenty of options for interchangeable covers. The other fun thing that I have found is that Planner Kate, which is a sticker company, Planner Kate actually sells these clear covers. They're like a frosted clear, and these work really well too. These come in all different sizes, but this is the 7x9 size, and then I do have some other supplies here from Planner Kate. So Planner Kate has a disc-bound sticker storage system, but I am finding that this is going to be a really great addition to my planner because I can put these clear inserts into my disc-bound system to use not only for storing stickers, but just other important documents and things. This can be used for so many things. And then you could even put the smaller ones in there. That Planner Kate has like the 5x8 ones to like put pictures in and stuff like that. So I'm really excited that I kind of have this option. You can get the whole album already put together and then take it apart and use it in your planner in different ways. If you do that, it's going to come with a Planner Kate like logo on it like this. But if you purchase the covers by themselves, they're gonna come plain. And so and they're very inexpensive. And so I definitely recommend grabbing some of these. And then also, you can get dividers. So they're made out of the same clear material as the covers, but there's 5 of them and they're divided into 5 side tabs here. So another great option, and I will link all of that below in the description. I am a PlannerKate affiliate, so you can use my code to get an extra 20% off of your purchase. So using these supplies, you might notice, so grabbing the covers again, this is going to be my outside cover. If you buy a coiled planner from Plum Paper, you have the option of getting a clear protector over your cover, which is already really durable in itself. But if you get it disc bound, you cannot have that synthetic clear cover. And I think I am going to use the PlannerKate one and just pop it on right here. So my first tip is that you can combine different elements of different systems to create your perfect planner. And so I am going to be using these PlannerKate clear covers that go with her sticker storage system. And what you're going to notice here is that this is actually bigger than the Plum Paper cover. And what's perfect about that is that it's going to protect any of the stuff that I add in here, so that I can have like bottom tabs, top tabs, side tabs, all of the good things, so that I can flip between different sections of my planner and kind of set it up to be the perfect, most functional, everyday carry, catch-all planner for me. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to do. And then, like I mentioned, you can put these in here. And so if you wanted to use these clear inserts from PlannerKate, I would definitely recommend getting these covers, because that way it will fit within the footprint of your planner. So let me just kind of show you here. If you put the clear insert in anywhere in your planner, it's going to stick out over the edge of your Plum Paper, as well as the Happy Planner. So it's tall enough, but it's not wide enough to protect the edge of that once it's on the discs here. And so no matter which cover system you're using, the PlannerKate 7x9 covers are going to be big enough to just encompass all of the little things that you can put in your planner. So let me take this out and just get it out of the way. So now we have that on. Now we are mainly talking about moving from our coiled planner to our disc planner. So what you want to do is actually uncoil this. You can use pliers to bend this or cut this. I'll link a video up here where I talk about that, but basically you want to gently take apart your coiled planner so that you can get the pages out without damaging all of these little holes here. And then you will have free access to all of the different pages that are in here. Now for me, I mentioned I like a Monday start calendar, so I am not going to be using the Erin Condren monthly spreads. But say you really love the Erin Condren weekly layout. This is a monthly planner, so I don't have the weekly layout here. But say you really love that and you want to continue to use that, but you just want the versatility of discs. You want to get all of those pages taken apart, and you want to be able to put them on your discs so that you can see them within the tabs of your other planner that you're starting with. So I'm starting with this Plum Paper, and let's just kind of flip to a random month here. So say I ripped my pages out instead of uncoiling it, and then I had where I just didn't have those holes anymore, and then maybe you trim it with a paper trimmer. I have 2 pieces of paper here where you see they're punched, but basically we've lost some real estate here with the holes, and I will show you the difference here. So this page has the holes intact and this page on top doesn't. So you're losing about maybe 1/4 of an inch there of space that now you're going into the hole punch space. So uncoil to get your pages out instead of ripping the pages out. Okay, and so then if you uncoil and punch, it will work, but it is going to be very delicate because you are going to have some very small, after you punch it, you're going to have some very small slivers of paper here that are holding these together, and this one has already like ripped and bent here, and that's just an example of what can happen. It will work. You can flip the page, okay? But my main tip is to washi tape over it before you punch it. That's going to reinforce your holes and just make it stronger. And it's easy to pull in and out. You don't have to worry about ripping it like I do with this page. And it's just cute. It gives you a reason to use all of your washi tape that you've been collecting forever and ever. This is just a small sampling of the washi I have. It gives you a reason to use that. And so what I do is I do it on both sides. You could fold it over if you have wide enough washi. Like Erin Condren has some in some of theirs that are very wide. This one I would just put it on and then fold it around that edge. But just on your standard washi widths, I would just put it here on one side, flip your page over and put it on the other, trim the ends and then punch. So that is going to make it nice and strong, and you're going to be able to use all of whatever coiled pages you like from Erin Condren. You're going to be able to use them. The other thing to note with your tabbed pages, if you were to tear it out and then trim off all those torn pieces, you can see the difference here in where the tabs line up. Now, this isn't going to work once you have it in here. So if you already have a system that makes room for those hole punches, then this tab is going to be useless. So you're not going to be able to see it. It's going to fall within the footprint of the regular paper, and it's not going to be tabbable. Like, you're not going to be able to find it in there. So I definitely suggest uncoiling and doing the washi method, especially for those tab pages. For some things, like maybe a couple of pieces of note paper that you're not going to need to keep forever, it's really just for scrap paper, you could go ahead and just kind of tear that out of maybe an old notebook. Maybe there's only a few empty pages left in an old notebook and you just want to get rid of it. Yeah, go ahead and do that. But for the bulk of your planner, when you're investing your time in your planner setup, I really do recommend using the washi method. So to recap, my tips for successfully moving from your coiled planner system to a disc-bound system is to find a starting place. Like I said, I started with plum paper. But you know, Happy Planner, any of those, I started with a planner from Plum Paper because I wanted those Monday Start monthly calendars that you can get with Plum Paper. Add on accessories that are going to make everything else more functional with these Planner Kate clear covers and also the page protectors from Planner Kate. You also want to uncoil your planner or your notebook and take out the pages that are going to be functional in your planner gently and cover them with washi before punching them. So those are my biggest 3 tips for making sure you can still use your favorite coiled planner pages in your brand new functional disc planner system. Thank you again to Tamara for hosting the 25 Days of Planner Tips. Don't forget to go find the links to Kat's video from yesterday and Amber's video for tomorrow, and please enjoy the rest of your holiday season and setting up your planners and getting ready for 2025. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really liked it, please consider subscribing because I post functional planning videos and simple goal setting videos on my channel, and I'll be giving you heads up about sales and freebies and all the fun planner goodness. So please consider subscribing so you don't miss any of that, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.